Hey YouTube, Kira Qualia here, bringing you all my Cardfight Vanguard Shiranui Stride deck set box opening. Big thanks to my buddy Nick for letting me actually open his Shiranui Stride deck set on the channel. Really awesome because, you know, where our locals is, we only had the one of each to get, and he wanted this Stride deck set as I wanted Luard, but he said I could open it up on the channel and show off all the cards. It's not like they're booster packs or anything. It's all pre-assorted, Stride cards, and then the 50 card main deck along with the 4 card ride deck as well, because they do give you the extra cards also. So I figured I'd open up the deck to show you everything that you get with it, with this Shiranui deck being the Dominate lineup, so making it so I believe you can make your opponent's units attack into your own. So once again, big thanks to him for letting me open up the Stride deck set on the channel. So, as with the Luard one, we get the sleeves for Shiranui. It is Shiranui Oboro because we have the two different types of Shiranui. The one that had the discard power, and then the Shiranui that had the Dominate setup. So that is what Shiranui Oboro is, and as always, we get the awesome box set as well. I gotta be sure to keep it in pristine condition when I give it back to him. But we'll go ahead and go through the actual deck as well. So we have these strides and everything else, so it's a lot bigger than some of the trial decks and all the other stuff that we're used to. But we have Demon Stealth Dragon Shiranui Oboro. On the Vanguard circle at the beginning of your ride phase, choose up to 1 card from your opponent's drop. Your opponent calls that card to rear guard, and at the end of the turn, retire that unit. So this is just so you have a unit that you can dominate with using your Shiranui Oboro and your many different strides. And when your G unit strides, choose up to 1 of your opponent's rear guards and stand it and dominate it until the end of the turn. It gets +4 and can attack your opponent's other units. So this is so if you have like a 9k unit or lower, even like maybe an 8k, it can at least hit for some pretty big numbers against your opponent. So I believe we have the 4 copies, and as usual, the foil version, and then the 3 common versions of the cards in the deck. Our next one is the grade 2 for the ride deck, and that is Stealth Dragon Genkai. When this unit is rode upon by a grade 3 with Demon Stealth Dragon Shiranui, you may call this card to rear guard. If you called it, soul charge 1, shift to 1 unit card from your opponent's drop, and your opponent calls that card to rear guard. So, pretty awesome setup once again for the Dominate playstyle. And when a unit is dominated by your attack, attacks, counterblast 1, and that attacking unit gets plus 10,000 until end of battle, and this unit gets boost until end of turn. So, just more power-ups for the units that you'll be using of your opponents to attack into your own units. We have the 1 copy here, but I believe there may be more at the end. We have the Stealth Dragon Seizui, which is when placed by riding from Stealth Dragon Midoi, draw a card, and you get a Demon Stealth Dragon Shiranui Oboro crest, just like the other grade 1s for the Stride decks. And Stealth Dragon Midoi, when rode upon, if you went second, draw a card, our starter for the deck. Here is Stealth Dragon Shiranui. So we do have the original copy as well, just for a rear guard GB2. If this unit is dominated by you, if a unit is dominated by you, attack this turn, this unit gets plus 10,000. And when it's discarded from hand while paying the cost for Stride, draw a card. Okay, so this is the grade 3 to discard for Stride cost as well. Pretty awesome. So we have the 3 copies of that. It looks like there may be an additional one at the back, but at least they're giving some love to the original Stealth Dragon Shiranui. I definitely like that as an added back of grade 3 compared to the one we got for, Luard. We also have Stealth Dragon Sekie. When your Vanguard attacks, if a unit dominated by you attack this turn, Soul Blast 1, stand this unit. If your G-Zone has 2 more face-up cards, draw a card, and this unit gets plus 10 till end of turn. So just a multiple rear guard attack along with the dominate power of your opponent. You can be hitting for some pretty good attacks using these cards. And we have Stealth Dragon Farai. This is one I definitely remember, just a different looking art style. This unit gets +5 for each time a dominated unit of yours attack this turn. And when your Vanguard attacks, if a unit dominated by you attacks this turn, Soul Blast 1 to stand this unit. So another restand pressure. Oh, that's a lot of restand pressure that we got going for this deck. Here is the Sentinel Stealth Dragon Utsuroi. Very awesome looking Sentinel as well, having the same card abilities with 2 or more cards. You don't have to discard if you have less than 2 or more cards. We got the 4 copies, including the 1 foil. Stealth Beast Katarigitsune. This is so we can add back Shiranui or search it out from the deck, and also being able to pay the cost for Stride by just being able to discard this card alone also. Looks like we have the 4 copies there. And Stealth Dragon Zonki. This unit gets +5 for each time it attacked by a unit dominated by you this turn. And GB1, when your unit attack hits, once per turn on rear guard, soul charge 1. So more soul buildup as well for a 4 of count. Stealth Dragon Tenrei. When it's placed on rear guard, if you have a Shiranui Oboro crest, counterblast 1 and draw a card. 8 copies for that. And oh, nice, we have the, completely forgot that this was a Dragon Empire deck, but we do have the Over Trigger, which is Drag Beta. This is probably one of the priciest Over Triggers out there. And we finally have a common printing for it. The Stealth Dragon, Madowazu. We have the 4 copies. The 3 copies of Stealth Dragon, Midorigamu, Stealth Dragon, Yamitigaru, which is all fitting for all of these being Stealth Dragons to go with this deck. Shikitan as well. And then we have the Strides, Evil Eye, Hades Emperor, Shiranui, Mukuro. Stride Step, discarding a card of Shiranui in its card name. So it has to be with discard a grade 3 card with Demon Stealth Dragon Shiranui in its card name. So it has to be the Vanguard one that we use, and Stride. And then as GB2, Soul Blast 1, choose one of your opponent's rear guards, stand and dominate it, and attacks your opponent's Vanguard. At the end of that battle, stand and dominate all of your opponent's Vanguards, and they attack your opponent's rear guard. So then being able to attack with your opponent's Vanguard to begin with as well. We have the 3 foil copies, then the 1 additional TDR copy. And then Baku Tenbu for our first to go into Stride. Counterblast 1 and turn a card from your G-Zone face up. Choose one of your opponent's rear guards, stand it and dominate it, and attack your opponent's other unit and retire that dominated unit at the end of the battle. So a pretty standard generic one, but once again, the 3 copies and also the additional 1 being in the TDR playstyle. And then we have the crest for Shiranui as well, which is Demon Stealth Dragon Shiranui Oboro. You can perform Stride and cannot ride grade 3 grade cards without Demon Stealth Dragon Shiranui in their card name, which I believe the other Shiranui just has Stealth Dragon Shiranui. So it gets around you, I guess, if you wanted to ride that on your Vanguard circle. The original grade power of your grade 3 with Shiranui becomes 13k. And during your turn, if you have a grade 3 or grade Vanguard with Stealth Demon Dragon Shiranui, all your front row get +5 for each card face up in your G-Zone. And during your turn, if your opponent's unit placed by your card ability this turn and dominated by you, lose all their continuous and all their auto abilities and get +5. Okay, so that adds an additional +5k power to your unit to dominate and makes it so your opponent doesn't gain any when placed on rear guard, because unlike the Stride format, there is a good number that you can just help to benefit your opponent. So this crest just helps to take away from those cards. And it looks like we also have the additional 3 copies of Stealth Dragon Genkai. As I said, we have the 54 card main deck rule now, so you have to have 4 in the ride deck and 50 in the main. So we have the extra 4 cards they provide us, which I think they gave us the 4 extra cards as well with the previous decks also. And then the 1 additional copy of Stealth Dragon Shiranui as well. Very, very awesome. I wasn't too in love with the Shiranui cards when they first got revealed, but definitely like how they look now with all of the setup. The sleeves definitely do look awesome. Also, if you're going to double sleeve them, I recommend you use Dragon Shields if you don't have any of the official, Bushy Road ones. They just look very, very nice and can protect these sleeves since they're not the best of quality. But that is it for the opening. I hope you all enjoyed. And as always, until next time, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And Kira Qualia out.